EQC. Emerald Queen Casino, it looks like most of the seats are full. And if you're not here now, we're not going to wait. We're going to get this thing rolling. Welcome to the Emerald Queen Casino. This is the entertainment capital of the Northwest. And I'd like to personally welcome you to this beautiful boxing venue inside the EQC Event Center. Tonight, on behalf of Toro Promotions in association with Whitfield Hayden, you are going to witness a fight night like never before seen in Tacoma. We've got 5 undefeated fighters. We have 3 boxers making their professional debuts. We've got 2 championship belts on the line, and that equals one night that you will remember. We've got an 86% win percentage with all of these fighters combined, so nobody came to lose. It's all about the belts. It's all about winning. Tonight will be a night full of energy and intensity. These fighters have come to battle. Tacoma, Washington, Emerald Queen Casino. Are you ready? Here we go. First, let's get the hard stuff out of the way, the intros of all of the people that it takes to make this fight happen. Tonight's fights are regulated by the Washington State Department of Licensing. Tonight's event inspector is Mr. John Stanton. The judges ringside are George Dodd, Ed Garner, Perla Rodriguez, and Tim Wood. Tonight's referees in charge of the action are the one and only Mr. Terrence Moody, right there, and the Mr. Bobby Howard. The official score, our timekeeper tonight, you know that mustache anywhere, he is Louis Jack Boney. Our physicians ringside are Dr. Atul Gupta and Dr. Abimbalu Makinde. And ladies and gentlemen, I am Nick Beckman, your ring announcer for the night. It's fight time!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Emerald Queen Casino here in Tacoma, Washington for Fight Night, brought to you by Toro Promotions. It's a sold-out crowd inside the EQC Event Center, ready to get this action-packed night of boxing underway. I'm Miguel Flores. Joined alongside with me is my partner, Justin Goosen Brown from the acclaimed Goosen Brown family. And tonight we have 2 title fights headlined by a heavyweight clash, Kingsley Ibeh against veteran Scott Alexander for the WBC Latino heavyweight title. Ibeh's on a run with 9 straight victories, and he is looking to get things going. But first, we are set for our first bouts of the night. Joel Hernandez takes Guerrero Lanzas in a 4-round featherweight bout. Justin, it's good to have you here with me, as this should be a tremendous night. As you heard, 2 title fights on the line, several fighters making their professional debuts, and a lot of 50-50 matchups tonight.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is what fighters dream about, you know, the chance to fight for a title that could elevate you to a bigger fight, a bigger title. And all these debuts, you know, they're going to be excited. There might be some nerves in the ring, probably a lot of sleeps last night where they didn't kind of 8 hours with your eyes open, but we'll see how they do. It's going to be some good competitive tests, and I'm excited.
All right, let's send it to our announcer, Nick Beckman.
Bout number 1 is a super featherweight fight. This fight is contracted at 127 pounds and is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds. He's fighting out of the red corner from Colorado Springs, Colorado. He weighed in at 126.8 pounds, making his professional debut. He is Julio Lanzas Carrillo. Fighting out of the blue corner, he's fighting for Azteca Boxing Club. He hails from Renton, Washington. He weighed in at 125.3 pounds, and he is making his professional debut. Give it up for Joe El Fantasma Hernandez. Your referee in charge of this first bout is Mr. Terrence Moody.
All right, I gave you instructions in the back. Obey my commands at all times. Most importantly, protect yourselves at all times. Both trunks are high, so on the belt line, top of here is going to be legal. Touch them up. Good luck.
All right, we're ready to get things underway. 4 rounds in the featherweight division. Joel Hernandez, Julio Lanzas Carrillo, both men making their professional debuts here in Tacoma, Washington. As we get you set, Lanzas in the black and silver trim and Hernandez in the white and black.
Yeah, you know, Hernandez, he's got a really good amateur pedigree. He's been at amateur boxing for 12 years, and he finally gets to make his debut tonight. And he's really, really smooth for such a young boxer.
You know, when you're making your professional debut, Justin, we talked about it, it can be very nerve-wracking, especially when you add another layer onto that for a guy like Hernandez, who is a local kid from Renton, Washington, got a lot of supporters in attendance tonight, so that can definitely play a role, especially for your first professional fight.
Yeah, and he's got a really good jab. He just, you know, knocked his head back pretty good with that. And he's showing a little bit of a check hook that's getting pretty close to landing already in round 1.
And if you're Lanzas, I mean, you talked about Hernandez, who's had quite a few fights as an amateur. Lanzas, not so much. Only 2 fights. He just had his last amateur fight just a few weeks ago. So deciding to turn pro, 18 years old, so he's very young. So he might not have the seasoned experience at the amateur ranks that Hernandez does.
Yeah, you know, he's just 18 years of age. But, you know, sometimes it can be weird because it's awkward as, you know, a good little 1-2 right there.
That was a great right hand from Hernandez as you see Lanzas coming in, but he's kind of leaning with his head, leaving himself wide open.
He's that check hook is landing every time. He's already picked up on it, and that's been the punch of the night for him so far, that and that jab.
Yeah, you see Hernandez, he's tight, and he is being very smart, tying up Lanzas. Lanzas coming in a little bit wild, and again, his defensive guard wide open, and that leaves some openings for a guy like Hernandez.
Yeah, you know, and it was interesting because amateurs, one of the tendencies of them, they're pretty uncomfortable on the inside, but he actually looked pretty comfortable. He tied him up nicely there.
And Hernandez with short left hook, but I was
he just
Lanzas.
feinted that jab, and as he ducked in, he threw that little right uppercut that caught him. I like what I'm seeing out of Hernandez so far.
Yeah, he's very patient. Usually guys is more so in Lanzas' shoes, where they come in a little bit wild, a lot of energy, and you start to see that. And it takes a couple of rounds for fighters to kind of get into their zone. But with Hernandez, very calm, cool, and collected so far.
Yeah, he's really, really smooth in the pocket, like we talked about. And he's showing a really good jab. Every time he throws that jab, Carrillo's head is snapping back.
Yeah, Hernandez looking for those openings, kind of inviting Lanzas inside. Kind of wants him to make that first move.
Yeah, he's trying to set a trap, which is another. He's got. You could see the experience of the 12 years versus not too much, and it's showing so far in round 1. And you got to work so fast with these 4-round fights.
10 seconds remain here in the opening round. See Hernandez, good shots to the body there as Lanzas.
Yeah, he had a little step back pull right hand on that too. Good round for Hernandez to start off his professional debut.
Yeah, that was a solid right hand to close the round right there from Hernandez. And Justin, you know, you saw kind of a tale of 2 different approaches there. You saw the nervous energy from a guy like Lanzas, who was coming in a little bit wild, left his guard open. And you saw the different approach from Hernandez, who, as we mentioned, calm, cool, collected, very patient, and really didn't seem like this was his professional debut.
Well, no, I mean, when you have that experience, he's in the ring, and that's where he's comfortable. He's got all that time, and once you get back in there, it's kind of not quite riding a bike, but he's feeling comfortable, and you can tell already that he feels that I would like to see him press him pretty soon because he's already shown that he could hurt him.
Absolutely. Now, one thing, in these 4-round fights, you don't have the luxury of being able to kind of work your way into a fight. You got to win rounds immediately in these short fights.
Yeah, no, of course. You got the feeling out process is definitely shortened, and then you can't really take time to figure out what's working and what's not in there. He's got to work quick.
And there you see Hernandez already tied up with Lanzas.
And he did a good job of preventing any return fire leaning that forearm on him.
Hernandez trying to set up that straight right hand there, but Lanzas staying just out of range.
Yeah, I'd even like to see him double that jab because he's throwing one good one at a time, and he's mixing it up with that little left uppercut. But he's definitely doing some good work in there right now, and he's strong. You can tell right now he's not letting he's not getting bullied in there on the inside.
No, and he's very smart. When Lanzas starts to get on the inside a little bit, Hernandez ties him up immediately and then gets back and resets.
Yeah, he's definitely looks comfortable right now on the outside. He's throwing that left hook, but yeah, he's not in any trouble so far, and he's just easing into his boxing career.
Hernandez, good shots to the body there as Lanzas tries to return the favor.
I like that jab to the body too.
Hernandez doing a nice job just kind of staying on the outside, picking the shots. Beautiful left hand. Right, caught Lanzas ducking in.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of variety with that left hand. He's been throwing that really good jab to the head. He showed one of the body, and he's in that left hook, so it's hard to defend when you don't know which way that thing's going to go.
And now again, Hernandez tied up with Lanzas in the corner. As Lanzas, again, trying to press him a bit. Lanzas really not finding much success here. Hernandez is countering him beautifully, and Lanzas has to find some answers quickly here.
Yeah, he's got to move his head a little bit more. He's getting caught by a lot of jabs, and he's getting countered. But he's ducking that left hook. He's getting a little bit. He's seeing it a little bit better, but we'll see if that holds up.
Beautiful jab there from Hernandez, as once again just kind of peppering Lanzas there. Good overhand right.
Yeah, he got caught admiring his work a little bit there.
Best shot of the night so far for Lanzas. Hasn't had much success, but that one was a beautiful shot there as Hernandez saw that. Has to be a little bit more careful, and now trying to answer.
Yeah, he does have a tendency a little bit to kind of leave that left hand down when he starts to throw those combos. But he's such a young kid, 20 years old. He's got plenty of time to work on it.
Good body shot there from Hernandez, and I think he might have hurt Lanzas there. Lanzas looking at referee Terrence Moody like thinking that's a little bit low, but it was right on the line. Again, the jab working great for Hernandez.
Yeah, you can see what he's doing. He likes to work from the outside. Then when he gets in, he'll just lean on him and try and prevent anything coming back because Lanzas is trying to pressure him a little bit, but it's really hard to get past that good stiff jab of Hernandez.
Overhand right just missed for Hernandez as he backs Lanzas up a bit. And that closes the book for round 2.
Yeah, a little bit of a warning for a touch after the bell, but
another good round for Hernandez there. As we take a look at some of the highlights from that round, Justin, what did you see here?
Yeah, I mean, he landed a little good short right uppercut and a little left hook to the body right there. And yeah, you could just see that jab I really, really like for such a young fighter, and how he's able to, some good work from Lanzas there, but that left hook to the body is definitely a good shot out of him.
And one thing I'd like to see from Hernandez, maybe utilize the jab a little bit more, but also target the body. You saw the body shots are having an effect on Lanzas in just a few exchanges in that round 2. I'm curious if Hernandez is going to target the body going in a little bit more going into round 3.
Yeah, well, we talked about it's his first fight. He's definitely looking for the head. He's probably a touch jumping, and I know for a fact he probably does want that knockout. It's what the fans want to see as well. But yeah, the body, I like those left hooks he has thrown to the body.
Body shots aren't always sexy, but they certainly pay off.
Oh man,
especially
when
in the later
a good
rounds.
one, it is. It's pretty sexy.
And then a good left hook from Hernandez there, and Lanzas again tries to press forward.
Yeah, but he's just coming in pretty much on a straight line, and he's ducking that left hook to the side every time. I would like to see him throw when you shoot that to the body, you have a chance of even catching him when he ducks his head down.
Both men tied up here as referee Terrence Mooney has to separate them.
There, he just threw it right there, that little left uppercut. He noticed it as well.
think there's some blood coming from the nose of Lanzas. As both men tied up. Hernandez, again, just being very smart on his approach thus far. Good little jab there, just
He
missed.
timed that perfectly.
And now, great combination.
Great 1-2-3 out of him right there.
Just knocked Lanzas back and
Yeah,
then
and this
followed
is
up
where
with a body
I'd
shot.
like to see him press him right here. You know, he probably made a noise when he caught him with that little body shot too. And you know, let's see if he's got a, you know, see if these young fighters have a killer instinct yet.
Lanzas in some trouble here. He has not seen much success through these 3 rounds as Hernandez once again just continues the onslaught on Lanzas. Great jab again from Hernandez. He keeps popping him with that jab, and then we'll mix in the body work. Again, right there, left hook to the body.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I really like that jab. I'd like to even see him double it, you know, make him even make Lanzas even more uncomfortable in there. Great left uppercut right there, split the guard.
Another uppercut from Hernandez.
Yeah, he's finding some success with those uppercuts when Lanzas ducks his head down like that.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now where Hernandez almost can land any shot he wants to.
Correct,
now.
yeah, he sets it up with that jab to the head in those first few rounds is making him really aware of it, and he's ducking his head. A little clash of heads right there.
Lanzas is getting to the point now where he's going to have to go for broke, and he's going to need a stoppage to come out victorious because it has been all Hernandez through 2.5 rounds this far.
Hey, we could see maybe, you know, this is their first time. Amateurs are usually only 3 rounds, so we could see if, you know, if there is any fatigue coming out of them.
Nice uppercut again from Hernandez. Caught Lanzas diving in. Hernandez just missed that big overhand right from Lanzas. And just such a very smart fight.
Yeah, he did a really nice job
Hernandez.
keeping his right hand up on that left hook right there, too, defensively.
Round 3, again, in the books as we see some of the action from
Yeah, you
that
see he threw that right hand that Guerrero slipped under, and he finished with that left hook. But Lanzas did a really nice job there punching with him, and he actually landed a pretty nice short right hand on him.
Well, you see that left hook to the body. It's been a key punch for Hernandez.
Yeah, he's been finishing most of the combos with that left hook to the body. I'd like to see him even, you know, mix in a little jab and get the distance after. Because he does, you know, Lanzas is counting on those left hooks, trying to go over the top with that right hand.
Great action from Hernandez. He is making his professional debut from Renton, Washington, not too far from here, and just making it look easy though so far against Lanzas. Lanzas still on his stool.
Yeah, taking his time, coming out a little bit.
And you can see Hernandez already off his stool, ready to get going. Final round here to start the night.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's got a lot of fans that came to see him on this debut. We'll see if he could close the show.
And there you see a strong start to this round for Hernandez. Started with a 4-punch combo. Overhand right, just missed from Hernandez.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of stepping back too and countering. See him step back right there, and then that little left hook right hand.
Then an uppercut just missed as Lanzas now, you can kind of see the sense of urgency from Lanzas.
Yeah, you know, it's good to see he's going for it. He really wants to win this fight as well. You know, he's not there's 2 fighters making their debut tonight, and they both want to win.
And Hernandez trying to be patient, letting Lanzas come in as Hernandez smartly engages and then ties up with Lanzas. Uppercut just missed from Hernandez.
Yeah, you can see what Lanzas is trying to do. He's trying to come right over the top with that right hand. He just landed a nice one right there. Because, you know, he's a young fighter, and he's very, he has tons of experience, but he does sometimes tend to leave that left hand down when he's trying to get that left hook. That's so good. A lot of blood coming out of the nose right now.
Yeah, you can see it pouring out of the nose of Lanzas as Hernandez is just targeting another beautiful left hook.
Yeah, you know, it's the first time in these smaller gloves too, and definitely you're going to feel the power and the effects of it.
And Lanzas.
Yeah, he's a tough
forward.
kid. He's a tough kid, though. He's still going right. His first time dealing with blood in a pro fight, and he's still going for that knockout.
Yeah, he's been hurt a couple of times, but again, just still very active, very much engaged in this fight, but he's just coming up short in many of these exchanges to Hernandez.
Yeah, he's you could tell definitely the amateur experience right there. It's a nice little short
uppercut
yeah,
from
just
Hernandez.
A little shovel uppercut.
Another fantastic shot from Hernandez as he has just been picking apart Lanzas here.
Yeah, he's been caught a few times. Nothing has hurt him yet, but you know, Lanzas is doing some good work. A nice short little left uppercut to the body.
Lanzas trying to corner Hernandez, but Hernandez smartly ties him up, gets out of the way.
Yeah,
that's just a veteran move.
Yeah,
right
you can
there.
see him use his gloves to, you know, blind him and try and prevent any return fire. Great combo right there.
3-punch combo.
See, I would like to see him go for it after that.
Right on the button for Hernandez, and another left hook caught.
Nice leaping left hook right there, and into the, and that's where Lanzas has been kind of ducking his head all night, and he landed that perfectly.
Another jab from Hernandez, and a huge
great footwork, got a
jab.
great angle to land that left hook.
What a way to finish this fight as Hernandez and Lanzas
Yeah, you can take a breath now.
exchanging pleasantries in their professional debuts, but a clear winner here as you see the final round.
Yeah, you can see him. That's a 5-punch combo right there, and he steps back. And he's smothering a little bit, but he did land some great shots to the body, and right there, that's a little left hook to the body, and then coming up top with that uppercut.
Yeah, Hernandez was just very smooth.
Yeah, you could see him stepping back from that left hook, and then he's a good counter puncher already, and he is comfortable in the pocket like we talked about.
And he was targeting the body, just was able to come in and out.
Yeah, he controlled the distance very nicely for these 4 rounds.
And Lanzas really had no other gear. He was just coming forward in a straight line.
Yeah, his whole I just want to get him. I want to get him.
Exactly, and you know that could be the difference with having several amateur fights over several years for a guy like Hernandez to just 2 amateur fights in 1 year.
Yeah, but he's just 18 years old too, and he definitely took some good shots to both the head and the body. He's leaving with a pretty bloody nose, but you know it's he could still work on this, and he could come back from this.
Absolutely. So terrific performance from Hernandez. Fantastic start.
All right, you just watched 2 fighters making their pro debut before I announce the winner. Give it up. These guys are here to make a name for themselves. All right, we go to the judges' card. Judge Ed Garner scored the fight 36-40. Judge Perla Rodriguez judged the fight 36-40. And Judge Tim Wood judged the fight 36-40. A unanimous decision for Joel El Fantasma Hernandez.
Unanimous decision victory for Joel Hernandez. No surprise there, Justin.
No surprise at all. You know, he controlled just about every second of the fight. He did get clipped a couple times, but nothing that really hurt him or bothered him. And he looked very composed and, 20 years old. He's going to work off this one. He's got a good trainer, and Mario Hernandez from the Azteca Boxing Club. And I'd like to see where he's got a good career ahead of him. Hopefully he can keep,
Pro
disciplined.
debut. Give it up one more time for Renzone Joel El Fantasma Hernandez. That's the way you start fight night.
Great start to the night.
Nice work. Here we go.
And now We are getting set for our second fight of the evening as it pits Alexis Delacerda against Nelson Guerrero.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. You know, two undefeated fighters. Nelson Guerrero is coming off a tough fight. He faced a last-minute southpaw in LaVale Whittington, and you know he just struggled. I think it was probably his first time facing a southpaw, and he really struggled to get around. LaVale had a really good jab, and he couldn't really get around it, and he was uncomfortable boxing off the back foot. But I'm sure he, you know, he really wants to get that back tonight. And he's got a tough test for him, Alexis Delacerda.
Yeah, and you know too. I mean, those 4-round fights. We talked about it a little bit earlier. It's very easy to get a draw in those 4-round fights. You got to win 3 of the 4 rounds, and if you're in if you're fighting a guy that you're pretty evenly matched, it's tough to. You don't have as many rounds to work with and try to separate yourself from there. So it could creep up on you. So fortunately for him, it wasn't a loss, just a draw.
Yeah, especially when it's a southpaw. And, you know, you're not quite used to that style. And southpaws are tailored to fight righties. It's not the other way around. So he definitely, so it's definitely a learning experience for him.
And now we see Alexis Delacerda landing. Another guy, as you can hear, a ton of supporters in the EQC Event Center. Right here out of Washington from Federal Way. Undefeated, 4-0 with 3 knockouts, coming off a unanimous decision victory over Alexander Taylor back in July. Had 2 fights in 2024 and 2 fights in 2023 and just 20 years of age.
Yeah, I saw some tape on him on his last fight. He looked like he was shooting some really good uppercuts with both hands, you know, and that's impressive for a young fighter as well. As most of them see so many young fighters come up and they're, you know, right hand dominant and they're just looking to land that big right hand, but he was showing it with that left hook, that left.
All right, bout number 2 is a matchup of undefeated boxers in the featherweight division. This fight is contracted at 123 pounds and is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds. He's fighting out of the red corner from Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of Managua, Nicaragua. He weighed in at 122.8 pounds. He has an undefeated professional record of 2 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 2 KOs. Give it up for Nelson Guerrero. And out of the blue corner, he hails from Federal Way, Washington. He weighed in at 122.4 pounds. His undefeated professional record is 4 wins, no losses, no draws, with 3 KOs. Make some noise for Alexis Delacerda. The referee in charge of this fight is Mr. Bobby Howard.
Your instructions in the dressing room, you know what I want. Fight with honor. Good luck to both of you. Buena suerte.
All right, we are set here for our second fight of the evening here at Emerald Queen Casino. Nelson Guerrero in the silver with blue trim trunks. And as we see, Delacerda in the maroon with white and gold trim. Here we go. Landon looking to stay undefeated. Improved to 5-0. Guerrero also looking to stay undefeated.
Yeah, you know, Guerrero's really rangy. He's at 5'9", fighting at super bantam, so he's going to try and you'll see him already. He's trying to stay, use that jab and use his reach. He's got a really good left hook too, but we'll see, you know, how he's able to keep him off him. He kind of got pressured on his last fight and struggled going off that back foot.
Delacerda, both guys being patient. Good jab to start for Delacerda. As Guerrero, as you mentioned, has the reach on him, trying to find that distance.
Yeah, but he's also got kind of like some other taller, like almost Brandon Figueroa, where they do get some good leverage on those hooks on the inside. And he definitely likes to fight coming forward, but you could definitely tell he's worked on going back and using that head movement and doubling and tripling that jab.
Delacerda.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah.
A lot of supporters here, as he was a national Golden Gloves silver medalist in 2022.
You can see Delacerda's already kind of stalking him down, and he's trying to work him to the corner, trying to cut off that ring, and trying to force him into that right hand of his.
Overhand right just missed.
Yeah, it got blocked by the gloves, but it's still, even when you touch those gloves, you could still, it still gives you something to hit, and you could work on a little combo off it.
A beautiful left.
Yeah, that was
from
a fluid, nice
Delacerda.
fluid combo out of him. You didn't expect that left hook to come off it.
Another right hand caught.
Yeah, great
Guerrero.
step back right hand out of him that caught him clean.
Guerrero with those looping shots leaves himself susceptible.
Yeah,
and another right hand from Delacerda there.
These first rounds could be so dangerous too when you're just coming out and you haven't taken that first shot yet. You haven't worked up all that sweat.
And you see Guerrero has those long, rangy shots, while Delacerda has the short, compact shots. And right now it's paying off for Delacerda as he's just timing it beautifully.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of stalking him and walking him down. And, using that right hand to block those jabs and shoot that little right hand and left hook.
Delacerda again pressing Guerrero along the ropes. He is doing a really good job at cutting off the ring and closing the distance.
Yeah, well, Guerrero's making it easy on him. He continues to circle to the left into that right hand of Anthony.
And there's that left hook that landed for Delacerda again. And he's got Guerrero in the corner. Guerrero's got to be careful. He's leaving his head a little bit high, making himself an easy target for Delacerda. Another solid jab from Delacerda as he has had a tremendous start to this fight.
Yeah, you could already see he's kind of throwing some arm punches because he's afraid to, not afraid, but every time he overcommits, Landon's doing a great job of landing counters. We'll see right here as that step back right hand.
And then that left hook.
He's got very good upper body movement as well for such a young fighter, 20 years of age.
And you can see he's again very similar to what we saw with Hernandez, just the patience, and even though he's in short distance,
yeah,
he's not nervous and not phased.
No, he's got really good footwork. He's able to kind of lean forward like that and step back and land those short little pullback right hands, and even did a little double jab right there that into where Guerrero was ducking. That pullback right hand has been the shot of the night for him, though.
And you can see he's got some pop in those punches.
Yeah, he's a strong kid and 20, and he's definitely got room to grow into it as well. You don't really get sometimes that power doesn't come for a couple more years.
So now we have round number 2 here. Once again, Miguel Flores, Justin Goosen Brown with you as we got a tremendous night ahead for you. Emerald Queen Casino in Tacoma, Washington. It's a packed house here. As we are in round number 2, it's been Delacerda so far as he just almost tripped over Bob Howard. You don't see that often.
Referee got caught in his feet, but you get a packed house, and I'm sure Delacerda sold a lot of those tickets. He had a big applause.
As Delacerda, let's see if Guerrero is able to make any adjustments. Good
Great
body
left
shot
hook.
from Guerrero.
He sees that right hand coming really well, and he's doing a good job of countering it with that left hook and that pullback right hand that we talked about.
And now Delacerda trying to close that distance as Guerrero has to find those openings and make those adjustments and get Delacerda to respect his power.
Yeah, Guerrero's trying to find an exit route when Delacerda steps into him, and he's getting clipped by left hooks when he tries to go to his left, and right hands when he tries to get out the other way. He's uncomfortable in there, not quite sure what to do. I'd like to see him pressure him a little bit more if he can, but it's easier said than done, obviously, when someone's got that power.
I was just going to ask you, Justin, in a situation like that where Delacerda is closing the distance, you see he's got a little bit more power in his punches. If you're Guerrero, what would you like to see him do outside? Come forward, but he is getting clipped a little bit easily.
Yeah, I mean, He's got to, I would like to see him use that jab a little bit more. He's got that long one and kind of work his way in, but he's just getting pressured. It is tougher to walk someone down when you don't have the same power as them, and every time that you throw those punches, you're getting clipped with counters.
You're really starting to see that as Delacerda is just.
Yeah, he could try and set some traps and you know, try and land some counter punch of his own.
Delacerda is just hunting him down, or has him in the corner now again, as he is clipped Guerrero. Another great short left from Guerrero, or not, from Delacerda, excuse me, as he backed Guerrero up. Another right hand again. There's that step back right that you talk about, Justin.
Yeah, you could see Guerrero, he did commit on that one, and he tried and land a punch to change the fight, and it was a great footwork to be able to step back and have the ability to throw that uppercut off it.
Guerrero now trying to press forward and get a little bit of offense going for himself.
Yeah, he does have really good feet. You can see how he walks him down and how he's always in a position to punch. That is Delacerda I'm talking about, obviously.
Delacerda with an uppercut just missed. As, again, he continues to stay right in the face of Guerrero, and that can be taxing mentally for a fighter when you have a guy in your face, you know, throughout the entire fight.
Yeah, and we're getting to a point, you know, it's only a 4-round fight, and he's lost these first couple. He's going to have to start punching with him and kind of go for that if he wants to land a punch of note to change his fight.
Really good action in that second round from Delacerda. Guerrero, again, just struggling to find his range and keep Delacerda at a distance where he can utilize his reach.
Yeah, I mean, he's not setting any traps. He wants. You can see him when he does throw that right hand and he tries to load up on it. Delacerda sees it coming and he's able to step back and land some counters of his own.
So Delacerda, again, I'm really liking what I am seeing from him. There's just certain fighters when you see them, you can kind of sense like this kid could be a killer. You know, he's still very young in his career, only 4 professional fights, but you can kind of see it on him. I mean, and it goes to show with his, 3 knockout victories in those 4 professional fights. So,
yeah,
again,
I mean, he's got a good trainer too, Mario, who just trained Hernandez in the last fight, and he probably studies. I mean, you could see a little bit. He studies probably a lot of tape of Canelo, the way that he stalks him down like that. You know, not quite there yet, obviously, but you know, I could tell he definitely studies some tape of him.
Delacerda, again, doesn't really need to make any adjustments. As, again, comes forward, catches Guerrero.
Yeah, you can see Guerrero is trying to use his head a little bit, move that head a little bit more now. The corner probably talked to him about it, but you saw it in his last fight versus Whittington. He's really uncomfortable when you make him go backwards.
It's hard as a fighter. I mean, you see some of the top guys find it.
Yeah, he just got hurt right there. But yeah, it's definitely hard, especially when you're used to controlling the pace. But here we go.
Huge straight left from Delacerda. Guerrero in major trouble now. Let's see if Delacerda can finish it off. Guerrero trying to fight his way out of it. Staying in that pocket there.
Yeah, you know, Delacerda's doing a good. He kind of got amped up by the crowd right there, and he did go for it, which I like. But you know, he's taking his time now, going back to setting traps and trying to make him miss and land some shots that have given him the success so far in this fight.
Yeah, you know, especially if you're Delacerda with a lot of supporters, it's tough to kind of lay off, but more times than not, it's the smarter strategy.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job with his feints too. He's leading Guerrero's head into that right hand, which is really it's an advanced move. He's from 4 fights. He's really looking good. As he even rolled with that left hook.
Another straight right from Delacerda as Guerrero just again on that back foot, just trying to create any sort of distance to get some offense going for himself, and just finding no success. And Guerrero had a shot to throw that right hand and just decided not to.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a chance right there to throw a little overhand right hand and try and catch his head, but it's so hard to let those shots go sometimes.
Yep. Delacerda once again just being very patient, as he is very calculated in his approach. Caught Guerrero with that left hook.
Yeah, you know, Guerrero did get clipped in this round, and it's good to see, you know, we keep talking about all these young fighters, but he is keeping his composure, and he's doing a good job with that jab and kind of keeping his distance through the second half of this round.
See some body work from Delacerda. I haven't seen him go to the body too much in this fight. And maybe that's one of those little minor adjustments he could make. Another left hook from Guerrero.
Yeah, had some variety of the punches with those left and those uppercuts that we talked about before the fight, that he's got a good one.
And with a guy like Guerrero who has that long torso, the body is an easy target for him. There you go. You see a left hook from Delacerda to caught.
Yeah, but he's still cautious
Guerrero.
because he knows that Guerrero does get good leverage on that left hook on the inside, and you do have to reach in there when you go for that body shot.
Another good round for Delacerda as he, once again, in full control of this one. There's that uppercut from Delacerda, and then just those feints that he's able to use to get Guerrero off his mark, and then catches him going back.
Yeah, he does a good job of throwing punches and combinations. As you saw, a nice little shot to the body right there. But when he throws his combinations, even if the first couple miss, but they still clip the gloves, he's able to land, you know, that left hook at the end of it.
And then again, another left hook from Delacerda, just backing Guerrero up. If you're Guerrero, I mean, you're going in now to this fourth round. What are you telling him from his corner? You're down more than likely all 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you can see when he does make a miss like that, and when Delacerda goes for it, he could try and land a, you know, a little pullback counter, but it is so hard to let those go when you're not accustomed to throwing it. You could try and pressure him a little bit more, but like we talked about, he's got, you know, he doesn't quite have the hand speed to really let him go without being clipped on a counter.
Fourth and final round here. It's been all Delacerda.
Yeah, Delacerda does a really good job of catching those jabs right off the gloves, and he keeps his, you can tell he's got those eyes locked in on him, and he's stalking him down at, you know, pretty much every moment of this fight.
Let's see if Delacerda will try to press on the gas a bit. Another right hand caught Guerrero coming in.
Story of the night, when he keeps that left hand down, he just comes right over the top with that right.
Knocked Guerrero off balance. Another right hand.
Even
That
there with that
stunned
jab,
Guerrero
yeah.
there.
Yeah, good little shot from Guerrero right there. You can see he's going for it right now, as sometimes it takes a couple punches to really just make you have that reckless abandon and really let it go.
Great body shot from Delacerda there, as Guerrero needs to find his openings quickly here, as he doesn't have a lot of time to work in this final round. Good body work again from Delacerda.
And a good right hand around that guard of Guerrero.
Guerrero tries to back Delacerda up. This is one of the few times we've seen Guerrero have Delacerda on his back foot.
See the good long lanky right hand that he finished the combo with right there. I'd like to see him come back with a left hook off it when, you know, he's throwing punches with Delacerda now, and I would have liked to see him do that before.
Yeah, Guerrero really is putting it on Delacerda in this final round, which is great to see. It's a good bounce back round from Guerrero, but just not enough time. He's got to really go for broke here.
Yeah, and I'm sure he will. I mean, he comes from a good boxing family. His brother's 10-0 right now, Nilo Guerrero, and you know, I'm sure that he's been sparred with him a couple times, and he has been in there with tough guys.
Another right hand
go for it.
followed by a left hook from Guerrero there. Delacerda's got to be careful. You don't want to get too lax here in this final round. Delacerda answers with a nice uppercut there.
Yeah, you can tell it's the fourth round. Delacerda he's not quite as you know, sharp and powerful as he was to start this fight, but you know, we'll see if he can find anything once he knows that this fight's nearing the end.
Beautiful combination there from Delacerda.
Yeah, I would like to see Guerrero go for it a little bit more right now too. You know, he's got to know he's down in this fight, and that you know, with this last minute or so to deal with, he's got to really put the pressure on and land something to 10 seconds left. There's a big right hand, but Delacerda threw the shorter one and it clipped him.
And that does it here between Delacerda and Guerrero. Fantastic action. That was a really good final round for Guerrero. as he really had to make Delacerda work in that final round.
Yeah, I mean, you knew it was going to be a competitive fight with 2 undefeated fighters, but you see right here, Delacerda does a great job throwing combos like we talked about the whole fight, and that pullback right hand when Guerrero gets a little bit long on that left hook, he's able to shoot that short right hand in.
So Guerrero, I'm sure, will be frustrated. You know, had some good momentum in that 4th round, and you know, these are the type of fights where you kind of want a 6 or an 8 round. I know that they're still both very young in their careers, but you're kind of curious of, you know, RK Guerrero's starting to get some momentum. How would this fight play out with a few more rounds?
Yeah, I mean, you never really know. It looked like he did do some good work towards the end of that fight, but you are aware when you step into that ring that it is going to only be a 4-round fight, and you're going to have to work fast. And he did, you know, he did take a little while to figure out what Delacerda was doing, and he couldn't make those adjustments quite in time. But he started, you know, you can see he's got something to build off even with this fight, which I don't think will go his way. But he's got something to build off with that last round and keep working.
As for Delacerda, looked really sharp early, had some power, really good pop in his punches, and was just, his timing was really, really good on Guerrero in those first 3 rounds, and he just caught him several times, and Guerrero, as you mentioned, just could never find that right adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, he was going up against
Bobby Howard, we need you right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our second fight of the night was a battle. And our judges ringside all saw it the same way. 36-40 for a unanimous decision for featherweight's own Alexis Delacerda.
40-36 across the board for Delacerda. If you want to nitpick at the judging, I thought Guerrero did enough to win that final round, but you know, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
it's again just nitpicking here, but Delacerda, they got it right, clear winner here, and again, a fantastic job on his part, really sharp throughout, and just as you mentioned, Guerrero just could never really figure him out.
no, he couldn't. I mean, it's another guy we talk about. He's 4-3
One more time
now with
for
4-5-0 right now with 3 knockouts. Couldn't quite get the finish there, but like we talked about earlier, 20 years of age, he's still got some time to grow and power a little bit.
Delacerda.
He's already doing a decent job, you know, sitting down on those punches, especially when he sits down on that left hook that he was landing almost that well in that fight.
Yeah, Delacerda, I'm curious how he is going to continue to evolve. As you mentioned, just 20 years old, got a lot of career in front of him. And I liked what I saw from him so far in this one. He's a kid to watch for in this Northwest area. And as long as he continues to train, continues to stay active, sky's the limit for a guy like him.
Yeah, he's advanced beyond his age, and that's what comes when you do get good work at a good gym, like where both him and Hernandez are at.
All right, now we are set for our next bouts of the evening as we continue the action from Emerald Queen Casino here in Tacoma. It'll be Hernandez against Cruz Becerra Monteon. 4 rounds in the super welterweight division.
Yeah, we got you know, Cruz Monteon is coming off his first fight. He's 1-0. He's a 26-year-old, and Hernandez as well. He's 4-0 with 3 knockouts. The interesting thing with this fight is it's at 150, but they're welterweights, and they're both 6 foot. Which is, you know, they're both tall for that division, and we'll see. This is the first time that Hernandez has gone up against another tall, lanky welterweight. So we'll see how, because he's another guy that's rangy. We'll see how he operates with someone the same size as him.
And now we see Hernandez taking his walk to the ring now from Farmington, Mexico, coming off a win over Aaron Martinez in November 2024. By TKO, has had 3 straight stoppage victories. So he's coming in on good momentum, as we know, undefeated, but 3 straight stoppage wins. know he's got some power.
Yeah, and he's another guy that's coming in with a pretty good amateur pedigree. He's been in there in the amateurs. He fought Floyd Schofield, who's got that fight against Shakur Stevenson coming up next. He's been in there with Breon Carruthers, who's a 6-0. And we'll see, you know, if that plays a difference in this fight because, you know, Monteon doesn't really have as much.
All right, both fighters in the ring now. And we are set to go, so let's send it back up to our announcer, Nick
All right,
Becker.
here we go. Bout number 3 is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. This fight is contracted at 151 pounds, and both fighters enter the ring undefeated. In the red corner, he's fighting out of Madera, California, by way of Nayarit, Mexico. He weighed in at 149.8 pounds. His professional debut was a first-round KO. He is 1-0-0. Give it up for Cruz Becerra Monteon. And in the blue corner, from Bloomfield, New Mexico, he weighed in at 149.3 pounds. He is the Mescalero welterweight champion. He has an undefeated professional record of 4 wins, no losses, no draws, with 3 KOs, representing the Navajo and Assyrian Nation. He is Roland Sonny Ned. The referee in charge is Mr. Terrence Moody.
All right, we are set to begin the action. Monteon in the silver trunks and Nez in the black and silver trunks. So we get going here as starting off. As you mentioned, Justin, I mean, you could see the size of these guys.
Yeah, they're very, very tall for, this fight's at 150 pounds, but they're both, you know, truly welterweights. And it's 2 6-foot tall welterweights are pretty tall guys, and this is definitely the first time Nez has fought him. His last opponents were about 5'7", 5'5". So we'll see how he does with, you know, closing the distance as he's used to facing smaller guys.
As you saw, double up the jab there.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with that left hand already. Threw a little doubling up the jab, throwing a little left hook off it, like right there.
As pressing forward on Monteon.
You could definitely see Nez has got the faster jab already. He's shooting it to the body as well.
Now, Monteon ducks underneath and ties up Nez. As both men, once again, at the forefront, overhand right just missed for Nez. This is another 4-round fight in the super welterweight division. Left hook just missed for Nez. Almost had him there as it was, timing was just a bit off there.
He's missing by just a little bit, but like how we talked about all night with these only 4-round fights, you really got to get going early, and he's trying. He's just missing, and I think he'll make those adjustments as you know, he starts to time out Becerra and see what he's doing.
You see Nez trying to target the body there.
Yeah, threw that little right hand around to hit that body, and you know, Becerra answered with a little jab, but not much coming back on it.
Left hook from Nez just missed there. He is pressing forward on Monteon. Monteon trying to fight off that back foot.
Yeah, you can see Monteon wants to, you know, throw that right hand over that jab, and Nez is he's doing a good job not really overcommitting on that right hand yet. You know, I will like to see him shoot it as this fight wears on and he starts to figure out that timing and everything, but he's being cautious and aware to start this fight.
And Nez, again, just very cautious, and overhand right just missed for Nez as a good jab countered by Monteon.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of walking him down already, even without throwing punches, doing those little feints that he's doing right there, and he's keeping Monteon guessing, and he can't really, do what he wants to do in there so far.
And Nez, both guys trying to see who's going to blink first.
You could definitely tell. I haven't been able to see too much tape in Nez, but he definitely likes to come forward and throw that little right hand, left hook, and he's got some power with those 3 knockouts.
Overhand right just missed for Nez as both guys exchange towards the center of the ring now as round 1 comes to a close. So not a lot of action there. Tough, it was more of a feeling out round for both guys, but I think you got to give it to Nez with the aggression as he was able to back Monteon up a bit.
Yeah, he definitely was more aggressive in that round and did what he wanted to do more. But you could definitely tell they're feeling it out as we talked about. They're such tall guys that they're both not quite used to, facing somebody with the reach that they have.
And Nez, I'd like to see what adjustments he's going to make. Same for Monteon, as if you're Nez, okay, you got the control of the ring. You were able to back Monteon up. Now it's starting to let your hands go a little bit more in this.
Yeah, you could use that. He's got that really good jab. You could try and blind him with it and come over the top with that right hand. But, it's easier said than done, as we talked about as well.
All right, both men ready to go for round number 2 here. Rolling Nez, Cruz, Monteon. Set to go. Monteon starting off quick with the jab. Overhand right just missed for Nez as again, he's trying to back Monteon up.
You can see what Monteon's trying to do. He's trying to use that long left hand to, create just enough distance where he could answer with a good counter punch, but threw a nice little jab right there, but he hasn't found too much success besides that good left hook in the middle of that combination from Nez.
Overhand right just missed from Nez, as again, he is pressing forward on Monteon.
Yeah, Monteon with only 1 fight, he's, impressing me so far. He used that left hand to parry that right hand.
Now Monteon along the ropes, a place you don't want to be there with a guy like Nez, as Nez was just about to unload a little bit. Got his back off the ropes, but right back on him as Nez doubled him up with the jab. Nez just waiting to unload that right hand, just missed. Short left hook connected for Monteon as Nez answered with a jab of his own.
Yeah, Nez caught him with a little left hook coming off that as well.
Monteon trying to go to the body, but Nez caught him with the jab. A big right hand connected for Nez.
Yeah, he adjusted that right hand and he got it under that left hand that Monteon's been blocking him with that forearm.
Now Nez back to position.
It's not, Nez doesn't quite have the fastest hands, but you can tell there's definitely a lot of power behind it when that thing connects.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he certainly has some pop to his punches. He just hasn't really been able to land clean shots on Monteon just yet. He's getting closer.
Yeah, no, he did a good job walking him down in the corner right now and, created some room to land that right hand.
Now Monteon doubles up with jab. Good left hook from Monteon.
Yeah, good left hook. Nez was responsible as well. He had his right hand up for it. But still a good shot of Monteon.
Now Nez continuing to stalk Monteon.
You can tell he's definitely not used to facing someone with, that is able to use that distance against him.
Now Nez with that jab, again connected on Monteon.
Yeah, that jab and little check left hook because you can tell Guerrero is trying to counter and Nez is doing a good job checking him with that left hook as he tries to come in.
Now Monteon with overhand right just missed.
Yeah, just a touch too slow on that one.
Good solid jab from Nez is again just in control and really good right hand as Monteon was trying to duck underneath it.
Yeah, you can tell Nez is, Guerrero's definitely got power because Nez is, he's not going in there recklessly every time he gets him in the corner. He is trying to keep the distance and not get caught with something.
Yeah, when you see Nez, he's been cautious in his approach, but he still has control throughout this fight.
Yeah, I know. He can't really, you know, turn those shoulders and turn the full body into that right hand because he's not in the, you know, correct distance, and he's working on it. He's getting closer and closer. We're going into round 3. We'll see if he could make that adjustment. He did do a good job, as you see. You could see Monteon uses that left hand to try and, you know, keep him off him, and Hernandez threw a nice sharp right hand that got under that and hit him square on the chin.
Nez, once again, undefeated. Monteon also undefeated, but so far so good for Nez. I'm sure he, in his mind, he wants to get offense going a little bit more. But Monteon not making it easy. And again, defending those shots very well thus far, but still, in my eyes, down on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, you can see when Monteon throws that jab, he does have a tendency to kind of like duck to the right. I would like to see a little him Hernandez throw a little check hook, kind of, you know, to catch his head when he leans that way. You know, you could set it up with a little trap on it as well.
Now both men tied up there as Nez tries to fade away there. Uppercut just missed, and if you're Monteon, you know, you got to start to get your own offense going a little bit now. You've kind of allowed Nez to dictate the pace of this fight. He's done a great job at deflecting a lot of those shots from Nez, but still, got to score.
Yeah, you can tell he's definitely a counter puncher, and he's having a little bit of trouble because Nez really isn't, you know, fully stepping in. As you saw right there, he kind of threw a left hook and then immediately got out of the pocket.
Monteon might want to target the body a little bit more here, as Nez actually targeted the body there.
Yeah, I mean, Monteon's having success when he does, you know, decide to throw and let his hands go and throw those combinations. He's just, you know, he's trying to land those counters as being a rangy fighter like he is, but he's not having success right now, and it's time to, you know, maybe think about some adjustments.
You also know, I mean, he's probably felt that power of Nez a bit. He doesn't want to get caught with one of those big shots.
No, I mean, of course not, but, you know, he hasn't been, no one at this point in the fight, it could change at any second, has been hurt yet.
Yeah. Nez utilizing that jab. It's been his best punch of the night so far, just continuing to pepper Monteon a bit.
Good right hand right there. As you can see, that's what Monteon wants to do.
Yep.
He wants to land that counter.
Monteon really connected. That's his best punch of the fight thus far.
Yeah, and
he's backing Nez up.
We'll see if he starts to push him forward as Nez answers right back with a good right hand.
And Monteon countered with the right hand of his own. So now both guys letting their hands go a bit more.
Round 3, we're starting to open up a bit. Kind of felt what they both have, and you know, both landed good right hands in those exchanges.
That was a strong right hand to the hip from Nez, but you saw both guys open up more once they both got hit.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just you gotta take that one to, you know, be like, I'm coming back for you.
Short jab from Nez is just out of range there, as Monteon with a good double jab went down to the body, and now Nez tried to counter upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell right now they both have felt each other's power, and they're both, you know, kind of aware of it. And they both don't want to get hit by it again.
Uppercut just missed there, as Nez starting to have some blood coming from his nose there. As round 3 in the books, a much closer round, probably the closest round of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, Monteon landed a really, really solid right hand. We'll see if we'll see it in any of these replays. But as you said, Nez answered right back, and it was the best exchange of the night for them both.
Yeah, it was that right hand.
There's
from
that right
Nez.
hand right there, right over that that drop left hand from Monteon.
Yeah, Monteon countered right there beautifully. And both guys, you got to imagine going into this 4th round, both of their corners are telling each other, you know, hey, we on the cards, this could be the determining round in this 4th and final round, and not to let it really go to the judges' cards. You really got to put your foot on the gas on this final round and make no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you never know what those judges have down on those cards. So anytime you can get the knockout, it's always a a relief for that, and it advances your career as well.
4th and final round here. Really good fight between Monteon and Nez. Certainly a chess match through 3. And now we enter the final round here. Nez starting off with the double
Good
jab.
right hand out of Monteon right there, right over that jab.
And Monteon really connected on that right on Nez, and he's really starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
See, Nez could set some traps with that jab, because you see what Monteon's trying to do. He's trying to answer with that right hand off it. He could take a step back and land his own, little short right uppercut off it, or a good right hand.
Nez is trying to land a right of his own there, as he is trying to stay just out of range from that right hand. That left hook just missed for Nez. You can kind of see both guys, as Monteon was trying to load up on that right hand, but Nez ducked out of it immediately.
I mean, yeah, we've been talking about it, but Monteon's pretty much, he hasn't thrown too many other shots of note besides that right hand. And you could, once you see it a few times, he hasn't quite, been able to land it. He's only got one of them, of note so far.
And that's a good shot from Monteon with that left hook. It was partially blocked, but
yeah,
that's
you could
more
tell
of what he needs to do.
He's got some heavy hands, but I would like to see him pressure him. We talked about, because he does have his own power. He's got one fight, one knockout, and he just landed a good right hand right there.
And he backed Nez up there, countered it with a short left hook, and Nez now has to pick it up. Short left hook for Nez. Nice little uppercut there connected for Nez as well.
Yeah, this might be one of those cases where Nez might be actually safer when he's on the inside, because I haven't seen Monteon. Every time that he gets close, he's missing that right hand. He doesn't know how to quite throw it when he is smothered.
And Nez down to the body. And Monteon trying to cut the distance on Nez. But Nez utilizing that jab very well again. Right hand just missed, but a beautiful body work from Monteon.
Yeah, Monteon is coming on strong. I would really like to see him press him right here as much as he possibly can, because, you never know what the judges' scorecards are, as we talked about, but you'd have to think that he is probably down in this fight, and it is the final round right now.
Looping left right there from Monteon.
Yeah, he's just throwing punches to keep him occupied.
And now he's got him on the ropes, but Nez smartly turns him.
Mm-hmm.
Short right hand.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Monteon's doing a nice he's got his timing down on Nez a little bit.
A chopping left hook from Monteon again there, too.
He's made that adjustment on the inside.
He's getting some fantastic work inside on Nez. And Nez trying to answer in these final seconds. And that about does it. Good work from both guys, and undefeated. Curious to see how this one's going to play out, Justin. This one is probably our tightest fight we've had so far.
Tightest fight, yeah, and we gone on the scorecards every time. And that's what's going to happen when you have competitive fights like this. And I would say Monteon definitely, got the best of that round. Round 3 could have they both landed some good shots in it. So we'll see how it does come out.
Monteon, you saw the adjustments made in that second half of that fight. He really started to not allow Nez to just dictate the pace of the fight and keep him on the ropes. He really was able to turn Nez and get him to fight on his back foot and press forward. And you saw that the difference that made in this fight. So again, these 4-round fights, it's very tough for young guys, especially when you have very even matchups.
Yeah, you saw Monteon at the beginning of the fight was just looking for one shot at a time pretty much, and towards that last round he was throwing punches and combinations and really putting the pressure on Nez, and it was his best round of the night. I'm not quite sure if it'll be enough for him.
Well, both guys awaiting the results. Really good action from both men. It wasn't an easy fight at all. And this is just the type of fights that you're getting here with Toro Promotions. Even matchups, as now the scorecards are in hand, so we are set to go as Nick Beckham ready to go as referee Terrence Moody brings fighters to the ring.
This was another great fight. Judge Ed Garner scored about 37-39. Judge Perla Rodriguez scored about 37-39. And Judge Tim Wood saw it the same way, 37-39. Representing the Navajo and Assiniboine tribes, he
So, Roland Nez have no issues with that judging, Justin. It was a close fight, but again, Nez, I think those early rounds certainly helped him as he had control of that. And then you got to believe that probably the third round was the round they gave to Monteon, and then the fourth round.
The last round was the round that you would have to believe went to Monteon.
Monteon, and then that third round, in my eyes, I thought Monteon won, but
yeah, I mean,
it was a closer round.
It was yes, correct. It was the closest round of the fight, and that could, that does have some, sway when you see someone have a better round. You do have a tendency to, mark it down for him. But the judges, continue to see it Nez's way, and he left with a 3-1 scorecard right there.
And you saw in the face, at least at Monteon, certainly disappointed, but didn't really seem to have any objections to that.
That makes his way back to the doctors. I see some people ringside that I want to shout out. First off, the one and only, he's a gold medalist from 1976. Sitting ringside, give it up for my guy, Leo Randolph. And I don't see you in the house, but I know that my guy, he's a Hall of Fame New York blues guitarist. We got Michael Powers in the house tonight. Check him out at michaelpowersmusic.com. You want to catch one of Michael's shows, I'm telling you. And before I ask these two gentlemen right here ringside, you might want to make your way up either to those steps or these steps. I don't know, but you got to come. Oh, you can come right here. Come up the red corner steps. We got a pair of brothers right here. But before I invite these Tacoma natives up in the ring, I want to indulge myself a little bit. Tonight, right over here in the dark, is my wife. She's been my girlfriend for 43 years. She's been my wife going on 38, and this is her birthday week. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. Thank you all. All right, let's get these brothers up into the ring, and they are two Tacoma natives making their way up here. These brothers, they both graduated from Wilson High School. The first one, he's a three-sport varsity letterman. He went on to gain accolades at WSU with an outstanding football career, ultimately inducted into the Cougar Hall of Fame in 2015. After college, he was selected 11th pick overall in the 2003 NFL Draft by our very own Seattle Seahawks. He had an 11-year career, all-pro honors with a trip to the Pro Bowl in 2007. This is the guy that helped establish the Legion of Boom. He's an all-time hometown favorite. Give it up for number 23, Marcus Tufan. And you know what? 10 years later, the NFL drafted another Tufan brother. This guy went 22nd overall. Can you believe that? These guys were in the first round, but they were high first round drafts. This man, he went to Wilson High School, Tacoma native. He stayed on this side of the mountain. He did his work on Montlake. He was a Husky and one of the best. Give it up for my guy, Desmond Tufan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a night about belts and champions. We've got some pro debuts. We got one more pro debut coming up, and I'll save that for my next intro. But Marcus, think back to 2003. When you got drafted and you made your pro debut, what was it like?
The energy was crazy, man, especially to be here in front of the home team, man. And of course, at that point, I didn't know I was going to the Seahawks, but when I did get picked, man, I knew the energy was going to be crazy to do everything in front of the family, and that's immediate family, and then that, of course, is the family of the community, man. And the first thing I wanted to do was get back to the city, man, be able to support, man, and make it happen. But the energy and the love has been crazy, and it's still crazy to this day.
I love hearing that. Speaking of giving back to the community, we've got, like I say, 3 fighters tonight making their professional debuts. For any athlete in any sport, not just necessarily boxing, what kind of advice can you share for those guys trying to make that jump? People don't understand that it's like 1% of the 1% when you get to make that jump up to the pro level.
Oh yeah, man, it's all about staying focused and trying to stay consistent, man, and not so much worry about the noise and the chatter, but you got to get with your people, you got to rock with your people that rock with you, and you got to try to keep it smooth. And I want to give a quick shout out, man. It is 3 True Font brothers, and my brother Isaiah is not here, so success, it comes in all shapes and sizes. And for those of you who know Isaiah, Isaiah's a little man, and he comes out and he makes it happen anyway. So I want to give a shout out to my other brothers.
Absolutely. I got one more thing I want to ask you, but before I get to that question, I'll let you simmer for a minute, because I want to step over here. Desmond, as we just talked about your brother, but the True Font family is part of the community. Can you speak to me about the True Font Family Foundation, your involvement, both of your commitment, the family's commitment to improving the lives of kids in our community through your foundation?
Yeah, so we're very proud of our community. You know, everywhere we went, we're repping Tacoma to the fullest extent. I got on Tacoma hats, Tacoma sweats, whatever. And to be able to give scholarships back to kids, to do Christmas toy drives, to do turkey drives, to actually go out with these kids and teach them the fundamentals that we learned, you know, it's a beautiful thing. You know, I had a lot of people give back to me, my brothers, my cousins, my parents, my grandparents, so it's only right for us to give back to the city and try to motivate people the same way we got motivated.
That is absolutely outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, a True Family Foundation. It's a True Font Family Foundation. You can check them out online, make a donation, find what they're doing, and maybe volunteer some time to help these guys out to improve the lives of student athletes all about the Pacific Northwest. Tacoma is our home. Tacoma is where we are. But you know what? It's about increasing our circle of influence. And when we can do good things for those coming up, the sky is the limit. These guys can make it happen. But I got to ask one more question before. Actually, I got 2. Can you do 2? Okay. I got one question that I need to know about. Because in 2010, the Seahawks drafted a DB. He was 14th overall, I believe. Kid out of Texas, kind of. He was Earl Thomas. You guys might remember Earl Thomas. When Earl came in, and his pro debut, this guy was a veteran. This guy had the culture built. This guy was already doing it. He'd had 7 picks, one for an 84-yard touchdown in 2007. So he knew what it was about. Can you just tell me a story of what it was like to mentor young athletes like Earl Thomas?
Yeah, man, it's always good to get with those young guys that got the energy, man, the guys that come in humble, that come in grounded, and they looking to grow and they're looking to learn, man. And you can tell that they were taught the right way, man. And you got to crawl before you walk, but of course, Earl came in with big energy, man, and just wanted to learn, man, would stay late and would come early and all that kind of stuff to make it happen. And yeah, it was great, and he was raised right. And I say that because I want to give a shout out to my mom. I know she's sitting out here somewhere. You talk about the foundation, but big shout out to Mom. There she is standing up. So, yeah, man, it starts at home, and Earl and all the young guys that come in, man, you got to come in grounded, and it starts at home.
Okay, one quick story about you and Earl. I'm going to see him at a draft party in April. He's coming into town. Give me something that I can drop on him.
Hey, let me see. Earl, man, he's full of energy. Man, young dude, was big on video games at that time. Back then, I never beat him in video games, but just tell him, man, a big shout out to Big True, man, that's it.
I got you. All right, I just kind of subtly plugged my draft party in April, but there's a big game coming up before the draft. I think the NFL has a season finale. What do you got going on for the Super Bowl this year?
Well, it's funny that you ask. I'm going to be here, man, and it's going down at the EQC. So all of y'all who want to come out, man, let's watch the big game out here. Let's get to it.
You heard it. Marcus Trufant is host of the Super Bowl party right here at the EQC. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerald Queen Casino, give it up for our hometown all-time favorites, the Trufants, Marcus and Desmond. All right, I saw this earlier, and I had to ask if we could get this in the ring. This is a guy who I've called before. I've announced a couple of his fights. It's all about belts tonight. This one is not on the line. When I was in the back, I saw it there, and I asked if he would bring out his belt. He's one of the fighters in the Toro Promotions stable, and we are looking forward to getting him back in the ring with his gloves on right here at the EQC. Please welcome to the ring. He is the National Boxing Association Junior Lightweight World Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of Managua, Nicaragua. He is Nilo Guerrero. Thank you for stepping up, Nilo. I appreciate you being here. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough time between fights. Are you ready to get back to boxing action? I'm tired of talking. Let's do this thing. Louie, give me a bell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have Marcus and Desmond Trufant.
Come on, are we having fun yet?
We are now set to begin things
That
here
was lame.
and resume action as we have Dedrick Young Hitta Crockin taking on Nestle Traziel. A 4-round lightweight bout. This is a big one for Dedrick Crockin making his professional debut. A lot of hype around him, Justin. A very decorated amateur and has won numerous accolades in the amateur ranks.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's signed by Top Rank. Bob Arum said he's got a great style. He's really aggressive, and you'll see that in there. He's, you know, we'll see how he adjusts to, you know, his first professional fight in his hometown from Tacoma. Going against the 35-year-old Traziel.
Hometown kid, as he's got a lot of supporters in the house tonight. And he has over 150 fights on the amateur ranks. Not a lot of them documented. I think he's got about 50 of them documented. But he has certainly been a seasoned fighter. Now he's making his professional debut. Now let's send it back up to Nick Beckman.
All right, while these guys get their tops off, we need to get the energy back up. I just asked you, are you ready for boxing? You need to make some noise for this one. Let's hear you, EQC. How loud can you be? A little better. Well, let's go ahead and introduce the fighters and see if you can turn it up a notch or two. Bobby, are we good for this? All right, we're gonna do this right here. Bout number 4 is 4 rounds of light welterweight fighting. Fighting out of the red corner, he hails from Inglewood, California. He weighed in at 131.3 pounds with a professional record of 1 win, 1 loss, and no draws. He is Traziel. And in the blue corner, He's fighting out of Tacoma, Washington. By way of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with an official weight of 129.6 pounds, he is making his professional debut. Give it up for young hitter, Dedrick Coleman. The referee in charge of this bout is Mr. Bobby Howard.
Gentlemen, when are you out here? Gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. You know what the fouls are. Obey my commands when I give them. Listen to me. And fight with honor. Everybody's watching. Shake them up. Good luck to both of you.
All right, we are now set as the highly anticipated professional debut of Dedrick Crockin getting set to take on Nestle Traziel. Traziel in the gold and white trunks, and Dedrick in the red and black.
Yeah, you'll see Crockin, he's really, really athletic, and he controls his body very well. We'll see how he gets started right here. He really likes to keep that right hand busy as well in the tape I've seen on him.
Crockin, 7-time national amateur champion, back-to-back honors at USA Youth Nationals in 2020, 2021, and also won gold medals at the 2022 U.S. National Championship. So this kid is no joke. He is a very serious fighter, and he is looking for a great start to his professional career. As you mentioned, Justin already signed with Top Rank, who we know is very good at developing fighters and spotting young fighters, and they hope that Crockin is another one of those as he again pressures Traziel quickly, and he is already coming out with an onslaught.
Yeah, you can tell he definitely wants to, get going early. He has good feet, but sometimes he does get a little bit jumpy, but he's doing a good job, with that right hand and that and checking him into that left hand.
Crockin in that southpaw stance as he is just really trying to overwhelm Traziel right now. Good body shot and then spins Traziel. Traziel, as you see, referee Bob Howard warns Crockin, telling him he can't shove him.
Yeah, I know. He's got you can tell he's got good. He's shooting that left hand of the body, and he's doing a good job when he does get inside with that right hand. He's throwing a left hook or a left uppercut that's doing well, and he's trying to turn him. Got a little obvious on it and got warned. You
can see how fast Crockin is. He is just unloading on Traziel, just timing him up very well. And
yeah, he's got great hand speed and great timing, even if, he does have the faster hand, so when they get in those exchanges, he's landing he's getting the better of all of them.
Solid body work and then connects on the right hook. Traziel in major trouble right now, just getting picked apart from Crockin as he, again, an uppercut to the body, and he's trying to back Crockin up a bit, but Crockin just continuing to press forward.
Yeah, he shot that right hook right under that left arm of Traziel, and he's really going for it right now with that right hand, both hands.
Traziel in major trouble now as Crockin with that left hook stuns Traziel. Traziel running now as he is in major danger as a body shot connects for Crockin as he lunges forward, trying to finish this off in the opening round. A body shot connects on Traziel, and he is down, and that is it. Let's see if referee Bob Howard is going to call it, and he's going to allow Traziel to continue. And Justin, I don't know how Traziel can go on.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how much time's left in this round, but Crockin is wasting no time at all. 10 seconds left.
Final 10.
Finish it.
A right hand connects for Crockin. Can he get him out of here before the round ends? A body shot, and Traziel will make it to the bell as he is in major desperation here. It was all Crockin as he just continued his onslaught, and once he hurt Traziel, he smelled blood in the water and was looking for that finish, and I thought it was going to end once he kind of almost went through the ropes, but referee Bob Howard was able to give him the count. Traziel was able to withstand it, but Justin, I mean, outstanding work from Crockin.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he wasted no time at all, and he knows that he's a level above Traziel, and he threw everything. He did a great job, even Traziel tried to use that left hand to get some distance, and Crockin went right under it with the right hand to the body. That definitely hurt him, and then just an onslaught with both hands. He did get very jumpy and very aggressive, and you know he does love to let those hands go.
You can kind of sense that, you know, Crockin is that good, but also he wants to put on a show for his hometown fans here in Tacoma, Washington. Good body shot from Crockin.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting in great position. Just that quick left hand in this open stance matchup, it's landing just about as well. And you know what, Traziel actually did a good job turning with him there and caught him with a nice little right hand. Didn't do much, but you know, it was a good adjustment.
Crockin, you see, just very fast, got great reflexes, and Traziel just having a tough time trying to time all that. Insane combination there from Crockin.
Yeah. He's going. I mean, you can see Traziel's trying to catch him with a left hook in the middle of all those combinations, but you know, he's outmatched in power and speed.
Straight left connects on Traziel, and Traziel's down bad. And we'll see. And referee Bob Howard says that's enough. Dedrick Crockin, what a way to open his professional career with a dominant performance. My goodness.
Savoring in the moment of his, you know, it's I'm sure he's been looking forward to this moment for a long time with that long amateur career, and he came out and got that knockout and really showed off his power and his aggressiveness, and you know, one to definitely keep an eye on for sure.
Crockin, as we see some of the highlights, just like a buzzsaw, went straight through Traziel.
Yeah, Traziel probably felt like an octopus was hitting him. He didn't know which way those shots were coming, and every hand was coming at every second.
It honestly was. You could kind of see, you saw it on his face. It was just like, where are these going? The way he was making them turn, and he was hitting them from different angles. He really had no awareness of where these shots were coming from, and it certainly showed. And you know, fortunately for him, he was able to safely get up to and get to his feet. And fortunately for him, referee Bob Howard, after that second knockdown, you know, did a great job at just, you know, he was just overmatched and called it from there.
Yeah, you can see Crockin, he did show off some great body control with the, he was following him around the ring, and at every second he was throwing punches, and you know, very, very athletic young fighter.
And one thing about Crockin, you know, he's tall for a 130-pounder. I mean, he's got a good length. You don't really see that often at 130 pounds, but this is a kid to watch for, certainly coming up the ranks.
All right, gentlemen, we'll have you face right here. Bobby will turn them this way so we get the best camera angle. All right, you just witnessed a professional debut. Referee Bobby Howard stopped the fight at 52 seconds of the second round. Your winner by TKO, young hitter, Dedrick Crockin.
Dedrick Crockin, outstanding work. And again, fantastic debut, Justin. I mean, just
looking at the camera right there in that neutral corner.
Here tonight.
All right, Tacoma, show some love.
You know, it's what we knew coming in, that he's very, very aggressive, and he does have power, and he
that
does
is it for our four-round fight. Check out the big screen right there. Those some highlights worth watching.
He does get very aggressive in there, and you know, as he moves up the ranks, maybe someone could, you know, use that aggression against him. But you know, you can see the tools. He has all the tools he needs, and we'll see how he, you know, continues to work and progress through his career.
So Crockin getting that victory, improving to 1-0, and certainly has to be proud for the way, you know, he performed.
All right, Louis, ring the bell.
And I look forward, very much look forward to seeing how his career
He's so good at what he
progresses.
does. You got to pick up the hammer to ring that bell. There we go.
And now we are set to go with our co-main event of the evening here. This should be a tight one as Austin Brooks takes on Rosalindo Morales for the WBA Continental Super Featherweight title. Brooks undefeated 12-0-1 with 5 knockouts, as his opponent Rosalindo Morales, making his way to the ring, at 10-1 with 2 knockouts. Out of Pennsylvania, 31 years old, a former Marine, and he is looking to pull off the upset and become the new WBA Continental Super Featherweight Champion, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, Morales has got a great story. I mean, he left his hometown in Texas with his mom. He tried to, they drove across the country to try and make it to Pennsylvania. They ended up running out of gas, and, they were lucky that a Good Samaritan came by and gave him some money, and he got to get his boxing career started while serving his country, and now he's focusing full-time on boxing.
Now here is Austin Brooks out of La Mesa, California, by way of Idaho. 29 years of age. His last fight was a split draw against Avant.
All right, bout
right here
number
at Emerald
5.
Casino.
This is the
now let's send it up to our
penultimate
announcer,
fight
Nick
of the
Beckman.
night. It is the first of our co-main events. This fight is scheduled for 10 rounds of championship boxing. This fight is for the WBA Featherweight Continental Title Championship belt. He's fighting out of the red corner from Elwood City, Pennsylvania. Fighting out of Dare to Be Great Boxing Club in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 129.7 pounds. He comes in with a professional record of 10 wins, 1 loss, no draws, and 2 KOs. He is Rosalindo Morales. And in the blue corner, from San Diego, California, by way of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. He weighed in at 129.9 pounds. He comes in with an undefeated professional record, 12 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 5 KOs. The defending WBA Featherweight Champion, Austin Brooks. Your referee in charge is Mr. Terrence Moody.
You were given your instructions in the back. Obey my commands at all times. Most importantly, protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up.
Austin Brooks taking on Rosalindo Morales. Be 10 rounds for the WBA Continental Super Featherweight title. As we are set to go, Morales in the olive green trim and silver trunks, Brooks in the black and white. And Brooks coming out firing to start.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he wants to, he came out with a draw in his last fight. And, he kind of got pressured a little bit. He's a really athletic lefty who, is probably at his best when he's able to step back and land that little check hook right hand. But you can see he's already coming out hot. He wants to get back on the right track.
This is Morales' first 10-round fight scheduled in his professional career of his 11 pro fights. So it's one thing to watch for, seeing how the gas tank, if this fight goes into the later rounds, how it will continue to carry throughout this fight. Brooks with a good short right hand back Morales up a bit.
Yeah, you can see Brooks is already, he's getting started early. He's got a really good jab that he'll shoot to the head and body, and we'll see how he does tonight facing another lefty. He's already landed a really good check hook that will, that will eventually start making Morales start leaning into that, so he could shoot that strong left hand of his.
Yeah, Brooks was already starting off very quick and landed a couple of really nice, solid shots to open things up. And Morales, a little bit slow, but trying to get his feet under him now and get his own offense going. Brooks, as you mentioned, Justin, last fight was the draw, so you probably assume that's where the fast start comes from for Brooks. Does not want to have that again. Short left hook connected as Morales came right in.
Yeah, that's when Brooks is at his best right there, when he's just right at that distance where he could step back and land that good left hand. And, you know, he's a very, very slick boxer, and he will shoot that jab that you just saw to the body and the head. And he's already landing that left hand, so we'll see, you know, how long Morales could keep taking those shots.
Brooks trying to inch closer to Morales. As both men tied up, Brooks trying to get that
Brooks
range.
just landed 2 good right hooks in a row right there.
And that left hand backed Morales up. He might have gotten stunned from that.
Yeah, he definitely did, and that body shot just hurt him right there as well.
And now Brooks really coming forward quickly on Morales. Morales trying to weather the storm now. Throwing shots of his own, but Brooks certainly hurt him there.
Yeah, the punch of the night so far in this first round for Brooks has been that little right hand that he's able to throw when Morales is leaning that way.
Overhand left connects for Brooks there. As both guys.
So it was interesting, Morales actually finished that combo in a righty stance and landed a pretty decent little left hook. You see in these replays, Brooks using that distance of his, and see what we got. That right hook, as we talked about, has been the best shot of the night for him.
Yeah, and you saw that right hook was the one that really stunned him. Took his legs out for a little bit, and Morales had to recover quickly there because Brooks, you know, had some really good success. But you see just a different look to Brooks here tonight. He's very determined and starting fast.
Yeah, I mean, he controlled the first half of the fight as well in his last outing. He just kind of, the pressure of arm kind of got to him a little bit, and he was able to kind of work him to the inside, and he wasn't as comfortable. But you can see he's already making the adjustments, and he came out to a hot start, like we said.
Round 2 here. Once again, the WBA Continental Super Featherweight title on the line here as we begin round 2. Short jab from Brooks.
Yeah, you could already see Brooks has a hand speed advantage, and he's landing the jab a little bit better. And that right hook, and that right hook will eventually, you know, set up a good opening for that left hand of his.
Short shot to the body from Brooks as Morales now trying to get his footing here in this second round. Not the best start on his end, but again, very tough veteran. Only lost 1 fight in his career, so he's not a pushover whatsoever here.
Now, of course, he's got that Marine toughness built into him.
And another chopping left by Brooks, just missed, but followed it up with a solid jab.
You can see when they jab, Morales has got a decent jab of his own, but Brooks has just got the hand speed on, and he's really doing a good job using that to both the head and the body.
And Brooks, nice short right hook, but Morales trying to feint a little bit on the inside.
Yeah, you can see Morales is adjusting a little bit to that right hook, and that, well, like we talked about earlier, could set up that big left hand.
Starting to see some blood coming from the nose of Morales there.
And there's that left hand right there.
Sharp left hand just hit Morales flush on the chin. And those are the shots that Morales has got to be wary of.
You know, that's what happens when you have a diversified attack. He's able to use both hands, and just when you think you could take away one weapon, the next one just comes at you, and that's a whole nother thing to think about.
And Morales backing up a bit as Brooks presses forward again.
Yeah, and you get to see Brooks as being the pressure fighter this time, whereas he's usually the one that counterpunches and steps back, but he's going after him, and not really worried about what Morales has thrown back at him yet. He's only got 2 knockouts on his record. Good left hand again right there.
Strong left hand from Brooks as he again backs Morales up. His power shots have been sharp and crisp through the start of this fight.
Good short overhand left in the pocket right there from Brooks.
And Brooks trying to time him up with that uppercut as Morales continues to flail towards Brooks.
Yeah, Morales is going to have to try and rough him up a bit. He's, you know, we talked about the hand speed is a difference in it, so he's going to have to, you know, try and smother him a little bit and put the pressure on Brooks, but he's, you know, hasn't figured it out quite yet.
Another good solid jab as Brooks faked that.
Very comfortable in there right now.
Hand and just hit him to the body right at the bell. So round 2 now. And it has been all Brooks so far, as he really has been able to do whatever he wanted to Morales.
You see him keep the distance right there with that right hand, and you know, not the best combination of him in the fight, but he did land some good shots, and now is the punch so far, that step back left hand that he's known for.
And Brooks really has just been able to,
Look
his power
at
shots have landed
those
cleanly on Morales,
shoes.
and Morales has got to change it up quickly and make those adjustments. If you're Morales, with the success that Brooks has had, especially with those power shots, how can you deflect those and also try to score on your own?
Well, you know, Brooks has got great timing, so it is hard, but he's got to try and, you know, pressure him as much as he can, use his own jab, and, you know, punch with Brooks. Brooks is doing a good job throwing combinations, and he's got to, you know, catch those and try and throw some shots of his own in between those.
So here we go, round 3 between Brooks and Morales. Once again, Miguel Flores here alongside Justin Goosen Brown from Tacoma, Washington at Emerald Queen Casino. It's been great action so far. Our main event still to come. Heavyweight Scott Alexander and Kingsley Ibeh.
Yeah, you could even see Brooks made a little bit of an adjustment between fights. He's getting a little bit more comfortable on the inside, using his forearms to push off and even roll with some of these punches from Morales.
That was a really good body shot that made Morales almost curdle a bit.
Yeah, sometimes in the ring you could even hear they let out a little breath of air on that, and you know that you got him.
And Brooks just again sharp. Morales has to try to, as you mentioned, Justin, rough him up a bit and not say dirty, but really frustrate Brooks and make him grind a little bit more, because right now things have just been too easy for Brooks.
Yeah, you know, Brooks he's doing everything he wants to do in there so far, and you know, Morales did land a decent little uppercut. He's got him on the ropes right now, but Brooks does a nice job turning out.
Another left that just grazed the shoulder for Morales, as Brooks, again, just his timing so far in this one has been really, really sharp.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. He's got great timing, and really he's a sharpshooter with his punches. And you can see he's trying to line up that left hand when he leaves that little right arm out, as he turned his head with that left hook from Morales as well.
Brooks in full control.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job conserving energy, and you know, he's not you know, not going for broke. He knows it is a 10-round fight, and he has hit him with some good shots, and Morales is still standing there, so he's thinking about you know, that he does have some rounds to get through, and he did tire out in his last fight.
Again, that right hand timed perfectly as Morales was coming in. Just as now he is allowing Morales to come forward inside so he can counter. And again, Brooks just timing it up great. And now shots to the body, backs Morales up again.
Yeah, it was a great little, he slipped under that jab and threw a little right hook to the body and head.
Straight left and a right hand that backed Morales up. Brooks gets Morales off of him as tries to create that distance again. Final 10 here of round number 3 as Brooks becoming a little bit more of a counter puncher this round, but again, just timing Morales up as round 3's in the books.
Yep, 3-0 for Brooks so far. You know, he came out like we talked, like you said, he very hot in those first 2 rounds, and he kind of went back to his usual style right there, where he is, you know, he's slick and able to make a miss and land those counters.
So you see some of the action there as Morales coming in, countered him with that short right hook, and then followed up with the overhand left. So as you see, he's just allowing Morales now to press forward and just so he can counter him, and he did it beautifully in that 3rd round.
Yeah, and he does a nice job. Like, he turns his head with to get out of the way of those punches, you know, rolling with the punches, and that's something that he probably has worked on, because he did struggle a bit on the inside versus the pressure fighting, and that's how he got that draw.
Morales has to find answers quickly because the gap is starting to increase in Brooks' favor. As you mentioned, it seems like it's 3-0 so far. And if you're Brooks, you know, is there a certain point where you just kind of keep things on autopilot and continue to let things happen? Or do you kind of try to, you know, say, you know what, I'm gonna, after the last performance, I want to get this guy out of here and just take it up a little bit?
Yeah, well, I mean, you saw he definitely conserved a little bit of energy there, and he's smart about it because he knows that he did use a lot of energy in those first 2 rounds, and he was landing some big power shots. You know, I expect him to turn on those jets again sometime later in the fight, but you know, he's gonna work on everything he does well.
Morales now tied up with Brooks to start things. Round 4. Morales trying to get some sort of success against Brooks. Hasn't been much of anything thus far.
Now, Morales isn't really using the jab all that much. He's kind of leaning in with that left hand, and you can see his game plan is to try and right now pressure Brooks and smother him on the inside like that, but he's having, Brooks has got good feet and good time. He's able to escape.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he's just a slick fighter that's able to get out of those scenarios. And there's another good body shot from Brooks.
He's done that a few times where he's able to, you know, slip under that right hand and try and go under it with a little hook to the body.
And now Morales chases him down, but Brooks deflects. And a straight left right on the button for Brooks.
Yeah, that's Brooks' calling card right there, is that 3-2, that right hook to the left hand.
But Morales is a tough cookie. I mean, I mentioned he's a Marine for a reason, so it's going to take a little bit more from Brooks, but so far so good. Now Morales tried to come in with that uppercut, but Brooks saw it a mile away. And
yeah, just a touch too far away to, you know, try and get that punch.
And both guys tied up as Brooks tries to chop at the body of Morales now. Overhand right connects for Brooks.
Yeah, he punched off the break right there.
And now Morales tied up. Right hook connects for Brooks. And Brooks wanted to unload that left hand, but his feet got tangled up with Morales there.
Yeah, you know, Brooks definitely, these last 2 rounds have definitely been different than the first 2. And he's doing this is what he really is known for. But he's still having success, you know, landing those right hooks on the way out.
Double jab from Brooks there. Haven't seen the jab too much from Brooks the past few rounds. As now he's trying to go downstairs to the body. Overhand left just missed as Morales tries to come forward again.
Yeah, Morales is trying to get as close as possible, but sometimes he does smother himself and he can't coordinate, doesn't have enough room to land that right hand because Brooks ducks under it.
Pretty easy going round there for both fighters, as you mentioned, Brooks just kind of in cruise control right now. Morales seems content right now. I think he's trying to get his gas under him after taking some punishment in those first 2 rounds. But here in round 5, you got to wonder if Morales is going to try to change things up and really take the fight to Brooks, because it, as we mentioned, it just seems that it's going to get further and further away from him. And if he truly wants to win this fight, he's got to make those necessary adjustments to have a shot.
Yeah, and like you said, he's never been 10 rounds, and he doesn't have, you know, not too many knockouts on that record of his. So he's going to have to start really working right now if he wants to turn the tide of this fight.
Round 5, Brooks in the black and white, Morales in the green trim and silver trunks. Shot to the body from Brooks. Tried to go upstairs with the right hook, but Morales was there.
Yeah, and Brooks does a really good job. He uses that feet, and he's able to, you know, dig that jab of the body and then step out, as he's done a few times in this short sequence of this round so far. And there's that, once again, that right hook, left hand. That's his best offensive weapons.
Yeah, that left has connected a few times, more so in the first 2 rounds, but it's still there and still dangerous. Morales now ties up with Brooks and lets him go. Brooks won the bronze medal as an amateur at the 2014 U.S. National Championships, so he is also a decorated amateur. Now both guys tied up.
Yeah, and Brooks is doing a good job tying him up, but you can see Morales wants to be on the inside, and he wants to rough up Brooks as much as possible, trying to take as much wind out of those sails.
And that's got to be the approach if you're Morales. You got to do a little bit more of that and try to frustrate Brooks as much as possible and really make him work hard and hope that you can force him into a mistake. As
yeah, it's his best round of the fight so far, as he's really coming forward, and he's loading. He tried to just load up on a little leaping right hook, just missed, but you could definitely see his approach has changed. He's starting to push Brooks back a bit.
Yeah, this is a good round for Morales, as he is really having Brooks fight on the back foot, or that left hook back Brooks up a bit. Not sure if that dazed him a bit, but Brooks now trying to tie up Morales.
Yeah, he doesn't look hurt, but he definitely felt that one.
Now an uppercut connects for Brooks, as he's now going back to the stick and trying to utilize the jab more.
Right. See Morales try to throw a little overhand left there, and Brooks was able to make a miss and shoot that tight little right hook of his.
And a short jab there from Brooks, as Morales now trying to stick in the face of Brooks. And you can see that energy has certainly picked up for Morales.
Yeah, and because he's having more success too. When you're having more success, it you know, kind of gives you that a little bit more energy. Like, I am going to get to this guy, and you can see that he does believe right now that he could get to him, as a nice little sneaky left hand lands from Brooks.
Final 10 of round 5. Overhand left connected for Brooks.
Yeah, he did a great job setting that punch up. He left that right arm out and baited that shot from Morales, and he slipped under it and caught him with a short left hand.
But certainly, as you mentioned, best round of the night for Morales. Not sure if he won it, but certainly a more of a positive round, and he's going to have to do more of that going forward.
Yeah, he's got a really strong jab when he kind of loads up his whole body on it. It's a nice power jab, and he did put the pressure on Brooks that round. Brooks still had some success, but it was definitely, for a fact, Morales' best round of the fight.
Brooks just seems comfortable now countering as Morales is coming in, frustrating him a little bit more in that last round, but still there hasn't been anything that Morales has done where, in my eyes, has almost puts the fight in jeopardy for Brooks. But now if you're Brooks, you kind of want to, in this round, after Morales had some success, you may want to come and put the hammer down and say, no, this is my fight, and you're going to fight how I'm going to dictate it here. You don't want Morales to pick up or gain any sort of momentum.
No, of course not. I mean, you don't want someone to get brave against you. And we'll see if he tries to go back to that plan he had to come out and open this fight, where he was, you know, pushing Morales back. And Morales does, you know, he double that jab right there, and he does get some leverage on it when he steps in, but Brooks lands a good overhand left right there.
A clean left there from Brooks, as Morales, again, trying to be aggressive.
Yeah, and Morales probably isn't too, you know, like we talked about, not a high knockout percentage. He probably isn't too used to trying to cut off the ring against someone moving back from him.
And Brooks with that right hook just missed. Morales had some trouble in those first few rounds, but
yeah, he's got a little bit of blood coming from that nose, probably from all those right hooks that have been landing.
good body shot from Brooks there.
Yeah, he's finding some success with that this round.
Now Brooks starting to be the aggressor. And that left hand just missed for Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks just jumped in with a good little left-hand right hook. He's having a lot more success this round. He heard your advice and he went for it a little bit more. Stop that momentum.
He's certainly letting his hands go, and a right hook connected on the chin for Brooks. Is now he's pushing Morales back, and Morales seems to be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Brooks is being smart. You know, he definitely went hard in those first two rounds, and he used his boxing skill, you know, kind of coasted for these last couple, and he turned the jets back on to start the second half of this fight.
And it happens with a lot of fighters, too, you see, where they're in control and, you know, they can almost turn it on when they want to. And Brooks, you know, guys will be like, if I need to rely on my boxing skill for a few rounds, I can do that and not worry.
Yeah, I mean, 10-round fight, he's only been 10 rounds once. Great left hand.
That was a beautiful
And
right
a
hook
to
as
finish
well. Brooks
Yeah, he hurt him.
starting to connect on Morales. Morales in trouble trying to tie up Brooks. That was a beautiful right hook from Brooks. But Morales still trying to be aggressive as Brooks backs away. And that's the end of round number 6.
Yeah, very good round from Brooks right there. Landed some really good short right hands when, you know, Morales comes in hard with that jab like you see in the replay right there.
Yeah, here is the highlights of that round 6 as Morales got clipped with a couple of big shots from Brooks.
See Brooks tried he just tried to touch him with that left hand and try to shoot it, but when he comes in and he put his whole body in that one, he really loaded up on that left hand.
Round 7 now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if, you know, Brooks had him hurt, no doubt about it, in that last round. We'll see if he really tries to, you know, get another stoppage on his record.
Brooks seems to be in really good shape so far. See blood coming from the nose of Morales as he's been touched up quite a bit throughout this fight, but again, still very tough. And certainly not an easy fight for Brooks, as Morales is certainly trying to make him work for it. Double jab from Brooks, trying to back Morales up.
Yeah, he is at a time, too, where Morales knows that he does have to start loading up with some shots when he's down this big on the scorecards. And Brooks could set up a bait like he does right there, and when he overcommits, land a good counter punch. And he has freedom to load up as much as he can because he does have such good timing and speed.
Straight jab from Brooks as another good body shot as Morales was coming in.
Yeah, I like what Brooks does. He kind of presets that right hook by when he's slipping that overhand left for Morales. He kind of loads up on that right hook.
Another strong left from Brooks. As you can see, Brooks continuing to push Morales back. Saw the left hook, but more of an arm punch there from Brooks.
Yeah, he does a good job mixing the speed and timing of his punches. He picks and chooses when to load up. He does you know, throw a lot of shots just to keep you occupied and keep you busy and thinking, but he will load up on some, and it could be sneaky on you when, you know, you're used to a certain one and then one comes in way harder and kind of catches you by surprise.
And Brooks with that right hook, and then a beautiful right hook that almost caught Morales. Now another solid body shot on Morales.
Yeah, that's a good little body shot right there, and he went right back to it. Yeah, he must have made a noise again on that one too, because you can see he digs right back in when he gets it.
Yeah, and then the aggression stopped for Morales as Brooks is starting to pick up steam here.
You can see Morales try to use that right hand to keep him off him, and Brooks just shot jab right under it into his body again. He's really targeting it right now.
Yep, and there's another double hook from Brooks as he's really starting to break Morales down.
Yeah, and he found a lot of success with that body.
Yeah, Morales is really struggling here. That body shot is taking its toll on Morales, and Brooks senses it. Morales trying to battle through and trying to make things tough for Brooks, but Brooks is just picking him apart here in this round.
Yeah, he uses his body really well to kind of load up these punches where he could get a lot of leverage on him when he digs him in the body on the inside like this, which is an adjustment because in his last fight he did struggle on the inside. You can see he definitely worked on it in the gym.
There's that right hook to the body and then went back upstairs.
And Morales grabbed a hold of his left hand, but that right hand kept coming from Brooks.
Final 10 here, as this one has been a dominant Brooks round.
Yeah, and that body is the reason.
Another left hand and then a right shot to the body, and that slowed up Morales.
Right at the bell, and they're going to call it a knockdown. We'll see if he can make it up. He knows if he gets up, he's making it to the next round.
And referee Terrence Moody counting him. Can he make it to his stool? And Morales, he knows there's no more to go in this round, so he certainly wanted to get to his feet, but that one took a lot out of him.
To get up from a body shot like that, that thing will just almost paralyze you. And that's, once again, that's the Marine in him. He got back up.
And right there, that shot, and Brooks was looking at him. He felt it. He knew he got him with that shot.
He'll see.
Right here, that right hook to the body, and then went upstairs, and then boom, just the right hook to the mid-torso. Just caught him, and I think Brooks found something there where he knows that body is going to be what he targets, but we'll see if Morales can make it to that next round.
Yeah, Brooks is doing a really good job. He's ducking under that, and it's allowing him to get as much power as he possibly could throw with that right hook, and he's really digging in the body that last round.
Been a long discussion in the corner with referee Terrence Moody and the trainer of Morales, but he will resume action here.
Yeah, we'll see if Brooks comes right back out and starts targeting it with that jab of the body.
And there's a time from Terrence Moody as
doctor will check.
Doctor's going to look at Morales and make sure things are good. Let's see how Brooks approaches this round and see if he really tries to put pedal to the metal. Another great combination from Brooks. Morales is stunned there.
Yeah, he's hurt right now.
And now Morales just trying to fight him off.
There's
and
that
another body shot.
Again, and it's sucking the one out of on every one. He's a tough kid, and he wants this title really bad, but he's in a lot of adversity right now. We'll see if he could even make it through this round.
And Brooks keeps just touching that body. He knows that takes a lot out of Morales, and there's not much left for him.
Yeah, Morales is throwing everything he can right now, just trying to find some success to, turn the pace of this fight, but he's really in a tough spot right now.
Brooks starting to slow up a little bit. I'm sure, it takes a lot of energy out of him too, trying to take out Morales. Another great body combo, and that does it. What a great 1-2 body punch.
And that's it.
And Brooks just broke him down.
Morales is nailing in the ring. took a big toll on the body. Brooks really noticed he was having success with it and did nothing but keep digging to it. And great finish out of him, you know, coming off that draw, getting that stoppage.
Tremendous performance from Brooks, and that was picture perfect by Brooks with that 1-2 combo. I mean, just amazing timing, and he knew the writing was on the wall, and he knew exactly where he had to go to finish it off. Justin, this was the finish here, what you see.
Yeah, I mean, you could just tell Morales' body is just, it took as much as it possibly could in every shot down there. You know, and even if they strayed, they were hurting him, and he, you know, couldn't take it anymore and had to drop to that knee, and the referee did a good job of stopping that fight.
Brooks was outstanding here tonight. There's a bit of a moment in that 5th round where Morales started to pick up some momentum, but what good fighters do is they shut the door the next round, and that's exactly what Brooks did. He shut the door and left no doubt, as Morales had no answers for Brooks.
Yeah, Morales just didn't have enough power to, you know, keep him off him and pressure him. He was getting countered. Brooks was doing a great job using his feet and loading up on punches. Pretty much at will throughout that whole fight, except for barring one round.
Outstanding work. Again, as Brooks remains undefeated, and he will remain the WBA Continental Super Featherweight Champion. As, again, another tremendous performance from him, and just made it look easy, and you saw throughout that fight. Once he saw the body was really starting to take its toll on Morales, you know, as a fighter, you see a fighter doesn't like a certain area where you're hit, they're going to continue to go, and Morales, you saw it on his face.
Yeah, you can't feel bad in this sport when you find something that's working and you find something that's going to make you win that fight. You got to dig back in there. And as he stands over him right there after he lands that finishing right hook to the body. That one even glanced off him a little bit. That might have just been just constant punishment on Morales. Who knows if he even has a busted rib or something.
All right, now both fighters getting set to go to the center of the ring. So now we will send things up to our announcer as he's ready to announce the official time of the stoppage. Let's give it over to
All right,
Beckman.
all right. It looks like there was a fight in this ring. Referee Terrence Moody stopped the fight at 1:04 of the 8th round. He is your winner by TKO and reigning WBC welterweight champion, Austin Brooks.
Austin Brooks, still the champ. Super featherweight WBA Continental Champion. Just an outstanding performance. Broke down Morales. And Morales was game, tried to make things as tough as he could, but just there was no answer for what Brooks was able to do. So as we saw the finish here, once again, that 1-2 body shot, and it was just a matter of time at this moment when Brooks and how he was going to finish him, because he was just breaking him down, breaking Morales down.
Yeah, and Brooks realized, you know, Morales didn't really have much to, you know, hurt him. And he did a really good job, but you can see he's a good fighter, and he really cares about his craft and boxing, because he did make adjustments from fight to fight. He worked on the inside, and he was really
ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware, but tonight we made history at the EQC.
It's good to see, you know, a fighter improving
was the
from fight to fight
first
and learning from
night
mistakes.
that you could bet on live boxing online at BetMGM.com, on the app You were able to, if you've already placed your bets, you already know it. You were able to bet on this next fight. This heavyweight championship is making history tonight as the first event in Washington State to be able to bet online at BetMGM EQC Fight Night. Thank you very much to everyone who made that possible, and we look forward to having more events for you to take part of. How about a bell, Louie?
All right, we are set for our main event here tonight. Kingsley Blackline Ibeh taking on Scott Alexander. A 10-round heavyweight clash for the WBC Latino heavyweight title. Ibeh 14-2-1 with 12 wins by knockout. And Alexander, a heavyweight veteran, 17-6-2 with 9 wins by knockout, has lost to some high-level heavyweights, guys like Frank Sanchez in 2023 and Fadzele Zhang, and lost to him as well. But again, he's not afraid and willing to step in as a veteran, so certainly always dangerous.
Yep, of course, and you know, he has been in with some great competition. He has been hurt in that competition as well, but he can punch and he can hurt you with that right hand. He had Frank Sanchez buzzed pretty good in the first round. The first rounds are always so dangerous, especially with heavyweights. And as Kingsley Ibeh walks in, also I see Gergen Hovnesian is ringside watching, keeping an eye on this fight. Undefeated heavyweight, trained by a pretty good trainer in Joe Goosen.
Not too bad, right?
Not too bad.
And Kingsley Ibeh from Nigeria, but now living in Phoenix, Arizona. Coming off a win, KOing the formerly undefeated Jack May, giving him his first defeat. KO'd him in the first round last October. And then defeated Juan Torres before that. But now let's set things up to Nick.
We have reached our final fight of the night. This is our featured co-main event. It's 10 rounds of heavyweight fighting for the WBC Heavyweight Latino Championship belt. It's on in the red corner, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. He weighed in at 219 pounds even, with a professional record of 17 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws, with 9 KOs. Make some noise for Scott, the One, Alexander. And in the blue corner, he comes from Sunny Slope, Arizona, by way of Nigeria. He weighed in at an impressive 289.7, making his first defense of the WBC belt. He has a professional record of 14 wins, 2 losses, just 1 draw, with 12 KOs. Let him hear you roar. The WBC Heavyweight Latino Champion, Kingsley, the Black Lion, Ibeh. Your referee in charge. We'll have you spin around here, Bobby. Thank you. The referee in charge is Mr. Bobby Howard.
You gentlemen received your instructions in the dressing room. You don't want a good, clean fight. Fight with honor. Let's get on, shake them up. Good luck.
All right, our main event is set. Miguel Flores, Justin Goosen Brown on the call here from Emerald Queen Casino, Toro Promotions. Bringing you a heavyweight main event. Kingsley Ibeh against Scott Alexander, WBC Latino heavyweight title on the line. Ibeh starting fast on Alexander. Alexander in the red and white, Ibeh in the black and gold, and Ibeh not, there's no feeling out process for Ibeh.
No, this is why people come to watch heavyweights. This fight could end at any given time, and Ibeh's got the power to end it. He's coming off he's got 9 wins in a row coming off that loss for Gerard Anderson, and 8 of them by stoppage. He's got some big power in that left hand, and he will switch stances often. He's a very awkward fighter, but big time power.
Former college and Canadian football player is Ibeh. He's got a lot of power, got a huge size difference, as you can tell. 6'4", 290.
Yeah, and he's already, pressing Alexander. Alexander came in at the lightest of his career, so he's probably going to try and want to move and use his athleticism versus Ibeh, but he's going to have to weather the storm of Ibeh because he does come out hot and he has a lot of first-round knockouts.
Ibeh with a nearly 70-pound weight difference. But as you mentioned, if Alexander can kind of weather the storm in these first few rounds, you hope that you can take Ibeh into deeper waters where you can kind of use your cardio tank.
Yeah, you can see Ibeh, when he's in that lefty stance like he is right there, he really just loads up on that left hand. He's a little bit more controlled out of the righty stance, but when he's in that lefty one, man, does he let that left hand go. Would not want to be on the business end of it.
Solid jab from Alexander there. As he mentions, Alexander's been in the ring with some top-tier heavyweights, so he is no stranger to this, but now Ibeh just kind of pummeling
he's so
Alexander
strong on this.
here.
I've seen him do this before when he's just on the inside like that. He'll just dig uppercuts, and he's so strong.
And Alexander took a huge shot, and now he's down just from the shot, but I don't think it was the body shot. I think it was an uppercut from Ibeh that really stunned Alexander.
No, I've seen him do that before. When he catches you, he'll grab that arm and he'll just shoot uppercuts from that lefty stance, almost like 6 in a row.
Alexander's got to be careful, cannot stay on the ropes against a guy like Ibeh. Easier said than done, and there's that straight left, but partially blocked. But again, Ibeh just swarming Alexander.
No, it's so strong. Even when it gets through that guard, it can still hurt you.
And now Alexander down for a second time already. Ibeh just seems to have a strength.
That's it.
And that is it. Ibeh makes quick work. And that was more of a, after a couple of shots, feeling the power by Alexander, he wanted nothing to do with Ibeh after that. And I can't really blame him because Ibeh is one scary guy.
He's got that defensive tackle strength in there, and you can see he just put his weight on him.
Yep.
And just was able to, even when Alexander had his high guard up, but that left hand, even when you have your hands up like that, that thing's still you're gonna feel that. And you can tell he's a strong fighter, and came out and got what he was looking for, a first-round knockout.
Straight left by Ibeh, and just right there, you saw he's just pummeling the body.
He'll just throw the same punch over. If he finds success with it, he'll just keep throwing that same punch because he's so strong that he doesn't have to really load up on it. You just let that weight of the body in the arm, and it really takes a toll on you. And Alexander obviously felt it right away and didn't want to take any more of it.
And both of those knockdowns, I mean, they weren't like big flush shots. I mean, it was just more of an accumulation of shots, just kind of peppering him, but Ibeh's just so strong.
Yeah, he didn't get that like highlight reel KO that he probably was looking for, but he just overpowered him in every single way for that short, quick fight.
And you saw Alexander when he was starting, he was trying to use his legs and move around.
Yeah, he tried to land a check hook, but he couldn't withstand the power of Ibeh.
But a tremendous performance from Kingsley Ibeh as he makes it 10 straight wins. And now making it 9 of his last 10 wins by stoppage.
Yeah, he's what the people want to see. Whenever there's a card, everyone, all the casual fans ask for heavyweights that knock people out. He's one of them.
The crowd is making their way out, so before you all leave, let me make it official. He retained the WBC heavyweight champion belt. Let's have you turn right to that camera, Kingsley. Thank you. All right. your winner by knockout at 2:36 of the first round, Kingsley, the Black Lion, Ibeh, defends his US WBC heavyweight champion belt. Those are some hard-hitting hands.
Congratulations to Kingsley Ibeh as he retains the WBC Latino heavyweight title. And again, just
on behalf
a
of
dominant
Toro
performance by
Promotions,
Ibeh, Justin.
I am Nick Beckman, and I'd like to thank you in association with Whitfield Hayden. It was another great night of fights. I think I need to get in here too. I could be on the side right here.
It over and over when he's got that bear hold on.
Thank you for coming out to the beautiful Emerald Queen Casino. On behalf of Toro Promotions and Whitfield Hayden, I am Nick Beckman. Have a great night. Happy 2025. And we'll see you back here.
Absolutely, and what a fantastic night it was here from Emerald Queen Casino. We saw Austin Brooks with a dominant performance.
Here we go.
Over
All right.
Morales.
We're getting some more pictures.
The body
My
and
guy,
really looked sharp tonight,
Kingsley.
Justin.
Yeah, Austin Brooks, you can see, we talked about it earlier, but he used what he knows. He improved on his inside game a ton and really dug to that body and had some good, it was a good opponent for him to work on it, and he landed some great body shots. Crockin as well.
Yeah, Crockin was certainly a fighter that you're going to want to watch for as he continuously ran through his opponent. But now let's send it up to Ibeh.
Wonderful. They're amazing. It's the way Toro Promotions. I mean, some of them have to, give up time. They have stuff going on in California, but their commitment to this business, they show up here for us to make sure that they stick to their will. So a lot of respect out for them. Coming here, obviously, Seattle, Washington. You guys are amazing. Love coming here to entertain you guys. Look forward to coming back soon. Excited for the future, with Toro Promotions. I do know that they have a lot of good things in the works. We are looking forward to fighting anybody, any of the heavyweights in the top 10, anyone we are ready for them.
You heard him. He's ready to take on all comers. This is the defending heavyweight champion. He's wearing his belt. Give it up one more time for Kingsley, the Black Lion, Ibeh. Kingsley, thank you for being here. I appreciate every time getting the opportunity to watch you fight.
All right, Kingsley Ibeh, fantastic performance. You heard what he said, Justin. He said, I'd love to face someone in the top 10. And as you mentioned, big baby Jared Anderson was able to get a victory over him, but he's certainly not going to be an easy out for anybody.
No, of course, you're going to have to be able to move. You're going to have to be able to feint and kind of make him uncomfortable because he comes at you with punches that you really are not accustomed to facing because he did start boxing late. We talked about it with his football career, but he is such a strong, he's got such strong power in that left hand.
Absolutely. That's a guy I would never want to be in the ring with. So, congratulations to Kingsley Ibeh. A tremendous card that we had from Toro Promotions. We look forward to the next event here, Tacoma, Washington, Emerald Queen Casino. It was a fantastic night. For Miguel Flores, he's Justin Goosen Brown signing off here. We hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to